Aries, welcome to Infinite Light. Boy, I have had the hardest time just getting through the intro for this video. Guys, my name is Shawnee. Welcome to my channel. I hope that I can give you some information in this video that can help you out. What I'm going to do is explore from Aries to Pisces, the connections that you have, whether they be platonic, whether they be romantic, if you're in a relationship, if you're not, it could be coworker, it could be family member, it could be friend. What is going on energetically around you that is within your realm of control so that you can fix things, at least in your energies, so that things can manifest better within this connection, so that things can be taken to the next level, so that there can potentially be a reconciliation, or so that you can get over that connection and move on with your life. Does that work for you? I hope so, because we're going to go with it, guys. All right, so look in the description box below. Timestamps will be down there. My website is also down there if you want to book a personal reading, all right? Okay, we're going to start with Aries. Aries connected to an Aries. What's going on, Spirit, with Aries connected to an Aries right now? What is that situation looking like? Thank you. The Devil card in the upright. The Three of Wands in the reverse, the Nine of Cups in the reverse at the end, at the bottom of the deck. There is like you can't help but to be connected, feel pulled towards this person. I feel like they can't help but to be pulled towards you, even if there's been mistakes that have been made. Somebody feels like it's not going to work out with the Nine of Cups in the reverse. And that's not good enough. How does the Aries person feel about them? The person that's watching this video, I'm asking Spirit, how does your person that's also an Aries feel about you? Running. They're running away from a commitment. That's interesting. I think it's a little too intense because it landed on this Devil card. Running away from a commitment. How does the Aries feel about their Aries person? Please, Spirit. Memories and bluff. You think that they're going to be back. It's very sexual. It's not just sexual, but the sexual compatibility is there. Obviously, y'all are two peas in a pod, two Aries together. Memories, bluff, and lusting. You know what I'm getting off of this, Aries? And I just posted something about this, so pay attention to my community page if you haven't already been looking at that. I also got it on my Instagram. It's Infinite Light Tarot on Instagram. I just said that the way that I was raised is that I thought fighting was a love language. Very, I'm not Latin. No soy Latina y no habla español tampoco. But I was raised in San Antonio, Texas. So I guess it's a part of the culture where it's like really fiery, real like in your face. That's what love is supposed to be, like disagreements and arguments, and then you come back together and it's this yearning, this lusting, and then it just makes like the bedtime better, the bedroom time better, because you had such a steamy argument. And I thought that's what love was. I really did for a long time. It's like, even if I was in a relationship and it wasn't, and I've been in a relationship where there was like no arguing at all, we ended up separating because we felt like roommates. And it sucks because there was peace in that. There's peace in having conversation. I'm not saying that the rest of the relationship was perfect. It wasn't. But like, you don't need to argue with somebody in order to know that they love you. There's a certain level of emotional regulation, emotional stability and emotional maturity that should be happening, I feel like it's not happening here because it's the fire and the fire that is so attracted to each other. If you cannot sit down with your Aries partner, Aries, and have an actual conversation without triggering that person or that person constantly triggering you, therein lies the biggest issue. I'm in no way, shape, or form saying that a good argument sometimes isn't needed, but it doesn't need to be yelling and screaming and calling each other's name and looking at each other's vices and past mistakes and constantly bringing and dragging them up in order to feel something other than numb towards this person. It should be more than that. I'm getting very primal connection here. If an Aries was connected to an Aries and both of you had reached a point in your ascension and healing in life and in maturing in life, and y'all could really harness that fire, oh my God, it would be untouchable. What's the biggest blockage, other than what I'm already picking up here? What's the biggest blockage? It's the same thing. Look, it's a survival technique. Look, it's the same thing. She's running, he's running. It's two people that, oh, I'm done with you. Me too. And then somebody has to get the last word. And then, I'm never going to talk to you again. Okay, well then peace out. Enjoy your life. And then it's just like a matter of time. A few days, a week. And then right back together. It's the fire. It's the fire. What else do you got to tell me about this Aries connection, please, Spirit? Demonic attack. You win. Okay, so it's again with the demonic attack. It's just the same thing over and over again. It's letting this guy win. And I know some people don't believe in Satan, so on and so forth, but it's letting the darkness win. It's letting the shadow of self win. Somebody or both of y'all need to say, not today, Satan, and quite literally take the reins of it, take control and say, we're going to have to tackle this differently, or else this is not love. This is lust. They both start with the letter L, but they mean two different things. Not today, Satan. How can you make that a change in that? You could literally don't have to give the last word. You don't have to argue, fuss, and fight. If they have a perception of a situation that's different than yours, you can say, okay, I understand that you're seeing this differently. Let's talk about it. If you need a couple of minutes to cool down, I'm going to give you your space and let's talk about it. And at the end of the day, y'all don't have to agree on a situation, but you need to be adult enough to have a conversation to move past whatever it was. And if that means that you say, you know what? If you think that if this guy is green and that's going to get you sitting at the table so we can have a bigger conversation about the bigger issue, then I'll let you think, it says you win. I'll let you think that the sky is green. But if you want to continue to think that the sky is green and talk to me like this, then you might as well get your running shoes on and just run away from me while I take care of myself. And no, you cannot come back. You got to get to a point. You got to get to a point, Aries, where it's not the same cycle over and over again. All right, guys? Okay, I'm going to ring a bell between everybody. Moving on to Taurus. Aries connected to a Taurus, please, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit, for that. Aries connected to the Taurus. What's going on with the Aries and the Taurus connection, please? Five of Wands in the upright, the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Star card. It's very related to the Aries reading that I just did, in that I think that there's a cusper here, but it's turmoil, and that's what love. That's what's become the status quo. Not really that much teamwork. I think that there's somebody doing their own thing, and then y'all come back together, but then it comes back to, and it might not in reality look like it could, somebody in this corner of the house and somebody in this corner of the house, and then y'all come back together until there's no teamwork again, somebody in this corner of the house, and that's become the status quo. It could very much be that. But I'm also getting, and I think there's two different relationships that I'm picking up on here. I'm getting another relationship where there's a lot of loneliness in the connection. Like if you're married or coupled somehow, there's a lot of loneliness in the connection. And the house looks nice, and you live in a good, I'm really getting this. It's very specific, so you take it as it resonates, guys. But you live in a good neighborhood. You know, things are taken care of, but there's a lot of loneliness. It could even be a keeping up with the Joneses situation. Take it as it resonates, guys. It could even be a keeping up with the Joneses situation where you've got friends or family members that look like they've got the perfect relationship and y'all don't necessarily. Maybe even feeling like roommates, and you got to keep up appearances. There's just a lack of unity. How does this Taurus feel about the Aries that they're connected to, please, Spirit? Shocking pain. Oh, wow. And that landed right on this Five of Wands. So this could be a new instance where y'all came back together and then there was an explosive argument. And then I'm hearing like trouble in the neighborhood. Look at this water reference here. She's on the beach. So I don't know if maybe y'all went on vacation and y'all had an issue. Could have been when there was intimacy and then there was an issue that caused like words to be exchanged or something, and then it became painful. And now this Taurus is walking on eggshells. Around the Aries. How does this Aries feel about the Taurus, please? Hopeless and distance. Hopeless and distance. And that's right. And that landed right on the Star card, which is healing. So I feel like the Aries is just like, I don't know how to make heads or tails of this connection anymore. And then I do feel like the Aries either wants their space back or wants space. Two different relationships I'm picking up on this. It's the biggest blockage here. Leap of faith. Guardian angels. Blessed. Yeah. Okay. So there's no regrets. There was, I think, all right. So look, this is where I'm going to get this from. It says leap of faith, blessed, no regrets. Okay. So there was a situation that recently happened between you and your Taurus, Aries, that was meant to happen. A separation. You told the Taurus you need to go to a hotel room. I don't care where you go. You just got to get the hell out of here type thing. I don't know how you said it. I think maybe we need a break. I think maybe we need to call a lawyer and do like an official separation. Maybe we do need to step into think about mediation or a divorce. Something like that's happening right now between you and your Taurus, and it's divinely guided with this leap of faith. I feel like there was not too much registered in your head in the form of, now I'm getting that this might need to be flipped, but y'all take it as it resonates, in the form of like rehearsal of how things were said. I think something popped up very quickly and then you responded, and the response looked like, okay, we need to take our space from each other. And that's exactly what was supposed to happen. Why is that, Spirit? Three of Wands, distance, Two of Cups, and yeah, listen, you need to explore it a different way. This connection is completely unbalanced. This distance card is coming up here. Yeah, you need to explore this a different way. If you guys are parents, co-parents, if y'all are parents, okay, if this is like a marriage, then y'all need to take your space and not come back the way that y'all have been coming back in the past. No, because it's this, you need to put a stop to that cycle. And this is going to be new for you because you're so used to just either forgiving or them forgiving. There's forgiveness in a way, but there's not forgetting. And then the old stuff comes up. All right. So that's if you're in a relationship. This needed to happen. The distance needed to happen. Either you move to this side of town or they go to a hotel or something. That's exactly what's supposed to happen. And no, y'all are not supposed to come back the way that y'all did. Maybe a need for mediation is supposed to be had. Okay. And then if it's a different kind of relationship, like a platonic relationship, then this, you telling or somebody telling the other person, hey, you need to go somewhere else. That's because that other person needs to figure it out now. All right, guys, I hope that helped. That other person needs to figure it out now. Somebody needs to figure out their stuff. If it's platonic, if it's a relationship, y'all both need to figure out a way from each other. Okay. All right. So that's for Taurus. All right. So let's move on to Gemini. Those Aries that are connected to a Gemini. What's going on with the Aries that are connected to a Gemini? The Knight of Cups in the reverse. There might be some sort of like chemical imbalance. Trigger warning, guys. There might be some sort of chemical imbalance happening with one of you guys in this relationship. Like maybe somebody's got a need to go to therapy or something like that, and they just don't, or haven't, or inconsistently, or they're off their meds or something is what I'm getting. What's going on? I'm not a doctor. I just picked that up. All right. So that's going to be for somebody. The Page of Wands in the upright, the Emperor in the upright, and then the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Or somebody is drinks too much, or also too, I'm picking up on a person that is really like heavily involved in like the politics of the world, or the way the world is presenting itself in the reality right now. And it's caused it really controls their moods. I'm picking up on somebody in this relationship not having a true grasp on their own reality, and potentially because of an addiction problem, or potentially because of a chemical imbalance. And so they've attached themselves to an alternate reality. So this could be a person that watches too much TV, plays too many like games, like video games or something like that. They're just not inwardly focused enough to want to fix what's going on here. Does that make sense? I hope that does. That's because it's very specific, and that's for somebody. I got the Page of Wands in the upright, the Emperor in the upright, and that's you. Aries, and then I got this Knight of Cups in the reverse. There's a very strong difference of maturity in this relationship. How does this Gemini feel about the Aries, please? How does the Gemini feel about the Aries, please? Hopeless. Twin flame. How does Aries feel about their person, please? We got Flipper. Conflict. And then Cloudy Judgment. And that looks like a Tower card. But I feel like Tower moments have just been happening, but like not enough to where somebody is getting like the aha moment to say, oh shit, the pattern is this. And that could potentially be you, Aries. Like I feel an Aries who's just been so connected to this Gemini for potentially a long time. It depends. Long enough to where there's like an idea of being jaded by the patterns. And now you're starting to, I don't know if you've put all of the pieces together, but now you're starting to be like, whoa. And it's because it's like one conflict after another. The Gemini hasn't changed. You've just now been made more aware of how they've been this entire time. Let me know if that helped. The twin flames here, that could be twin flame stuff, yes. And in that, you got a runner, you got a chaser. It's like this crazy, ridiculous attachment that y'all have to each other. I'm seeing a lot of toxic cycles. But what I'm also getting here is, because it kind of landed on the page of wands that was on the table, is that the Gemini could potentially be the one that was the difference in maturity. And so when you started pulling your energy away from the Gemini, a Gemini is really good at matching energy, like really good at matching energy. And I'm getting all that from mirroring. So they're like, oh, Aries is gonna, yeah, I'm getting a little immature with your person. And if the roles are reversed, I don't sugarcoat anything, guys. So I can't apologize for telling the truth as I see it in the cards. So the Gemini might have picked up on you saying, I'm going to separate myself from this because it's just not working. And then the Gemini is like, ew, okay, I'm going to separate myself too. And there's this kind of like, yeah, that happening. Not that they did it on their own accord. It's just a response. I feel like this person hasn't turned a mirror on themselves either in years or ever. And I don't mean that literally. I mean that figuratively. Like, they haven't done a lot of internal work is what I'm getting. If it's not this person, then it's you. And I hope that it's this person versus you. But if it is you, then stick with me, honey, because we can work on this together. It says boredom. You know, I feel that I'm getting a trend that's popping up here. You saw with the reading so far, and I'm only on Gemini, so it's 3 in. You're starting to see a pattern, and Spirit wanted you to start seeing the pattern. Now it's time for you to go inward with this boredom. And if I were to borrow this word on this boredom card, this is 5, so change. This is a 5, 23, so it's 5. They want it. They want you to be away from the erratic energy that the Gemini might bring to your reality. Your nervous system is all out of whack with this person. They want you to have quiet time. And it might take a while. It might take a while for you to get this person's energy out of you. I feel like an Aries that's just been like pulled all sort of different ways dealing with this Gemini. Money, there might be a reason. Teamwork. There might be some sort of contract, liberation. Okay. All right. Money pops up. So there might be some sort of contract here. So this might not necessarily be a romantic relationship. It could be. There's some sort of contract. It could be wedding vows, but it could also be that you guys work together. Or there's some sort of contract between the two of you guys. Maybe somebody borrowed money. Take it as it resonates. At one point in time, there was teamwork. But this is you. Like, this tower moment or whatever, this recent tower moment, or the gray skies, it's been up here with this cloudy judgment, has moved you away from this Gemini's energy on purpose. Liberation is the card, on purpose. You were supposed to be twist and turned in every different direction with this Gemini so it can awaken something in you. And then now that you've I'm really picking up on an Aries that's kind of separated themselves or working on separating themselves. Any and every time you get a quiet moment, allow that to be a quiet moment away from the Gemini whose energy is always so much. Yeah, you're meant to take some quiet space away from this person. All right, guys, I hope that helped. Moving on to Cancer. Aries connected to Cancer. I'm going to ring the bell. All right. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate your time and your presence and your energy. For those Aries connected to a Cancer, what's going on with them, please, Spirit? 5 of Wands, I've been getting that a lot. The Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, I've been getting that. And now the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Suffocating love. Loneliness and no teamwork. Lack of unity. Suffocating love, loneliness, no teamwork, lack of unity. What's going on? How does this Cancer feel about their Aries person, please? Peace, divine feminine, emotional storm. There we go. That's the suffocating love. It doesn't really matter if I'm talking to a feminine Aries or not. This Cancer sees you as somebody that's super nurturing. They see you as powerful. They see you as peace. Oh, and then I didn't even realize, yeah, peaceful, balanced. They see you as balanced. You yourself are a balanced individual. There is something that is causing an emotional storm. How does the Aries feel within them, within the Cancer? How does the Aries feel about the Cancer, please? Second chance, shocking, shallow. So if you're in, and this here, hence the loneliness and the no teamwork, I feel that there's two different energies from you, Aries. At first, you were shocked that when there's a separation. At first, you were shocked that the Cancer even allowed you to leave in whatever way. Or either they left you or you left. You were shocked that that even was allowed to happen. Either that the Cancer allowed that to happen or the divine allowed that to happen. But now I feel like you're getting bored with the whole situation. There is the second chance card did come up here, but I wonder if you're doing some sort of growing on your own, Aries. You know, what's the Toni Braxton song? 7 whole days, not a word from you. I get a Cancer who's just been sitting in their head for a little bit longer than you thought that they would have. And now it's like, wow, if it's taking you more than 7 days to figure out how you truly feel about me, then how do you truly feel about me? That's what I'm getting. What's the biggest blockage between Aries and their Cancer person, please? Celebration? That's reconciliation. 7, 8, 9, 10. The chapter's not over. The book isn't closed yet on this. I really do feel like the divine has their hand in this. Because look at this. This depiction in this like 3 of Cups is kind of like different than normal. So like usually you'll have like 3 people with cups and they're like kind of dancing around the fire or just hanging out or whatever. But in this particular one depiction, there's 2 people and then there's a spirit in the middle of it. And then we got the moon. And then we got the star. So Cancer, represented here with the moon and the star. There's something about you that is absolutely glorious. Like you could be, and all I'm getting is Prince, Baby I'm a Star. You might not know it now. You could be like a uber creative. Like, or you could have like a YouTube channel like me, but like be something about the stars. So I don't, I was gonna say heavy Pisces, so I'll say heavy Pisces, but then I could get that with the moon too. What am I trying to say? You use your creativity. You're creative. You're a creative, like an artist, a writer, a musician. Let me know if that resonates in the comments down below. Tell me about these blockages. This is chill out. Chill out. Chill out. Chill out what, Spirit? Chill out what? There's money? They think they know better. Oh, we're dealing with ego here. Maybe you've got a Cancer who is super like work focused, money oriented. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that causes separation. Maybe this person left to go do a job somewhere and then they haven't come back yet. They said that they decided to extend and you're just like, what? Maybe there's some contract that they're signing and it's taking them away from you and you're like, again, what? This chill out though, I'm trying to figure out, what is this chill out about? The star card, boom. The star card popped up. Chill out. There's going to be healing and a renewal. Spirit's got their hands in this deep. It's okay to keep up your hope, Aries, but you need to focus on your mental health, is what it's saying here. This is a time for you to do your healing or to focus on your craft. I'm just happy that I said that star and then here goes the star card. Synchronicity there. So 5 is a synchronicity, 37 is a synchronicity, and 17 is a synchronicity for you. All right. All right. I hope that helped, guys. Let's clean up here. We're going to move on to Leo. Those Aries connected to Leo. Guys, let me know if this is resonating with y'all. I hope that it is. I feel that it should be. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Moving on to those Aries that are connected to a Leo. What is going on for the Aries that are connected to a Leo? Legal? Y'all let me know if Lego and legal is confirmation for you at all. Now this on the back of my throat just got like real dry. And then the Page of Cups pops up. That's interesting. And then the Knight of Cups is in the reverse. And then the Chariot is in the reverse. There's a lot of uncertainty here on if this is even going to work or not. It's like emotional games. Potentially emotional manipulation. In that somebody came to the other person and was like, here's an idea of love, or here's an idea of how a relationship with you and me could work out. And then it just fizzled out. And now somebody feels like they've been delusional this whole time. Wait, did I imagine this connection with Leo? Or maybe the Leo's like, wait, did I imagine this connection with Aries? Was I the one? Was I the problem? I think that's what's going on. Both of you guys are like, was I the problem? Somebody's wanting to give up. How does a Leo feel about their Aries, please? Twin Flame wanted to pop out at the bottom of the deck. Pride. Rejection. Did you, Aries, let me know in the comments below. Did you have the audacity to hurt this Leo's pride by telling them either something about themselves, or that you wanted to prioritize something else other than this relationship, or including even yourself? I feel like you might have said something to this Leo that some way, somehow put them in their place, and Leos don't be liking that. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just telling you, like, they like to be the center of attention. And they will make you the center of attention as long as they need to feel just like, it's like for them, they need like 51% their partner, and then they'll do 49%. It's like something, depends. They'll, yeah. All right, let's see. How does the Aries feel about the Leo? Finality. How do you have finality and hoping? You're hoping that it's not over. So then, did the Aries reject the Leo then? Yes. Through communication. On the phone, via email. It's very... Yeah, here we go. Boom. The rejection might not have been... Is an 8 of Wands and the 4 of Swords. The rejection might not have been like a full-on rejection where it's like, it's not you, it's me. Like, I'm dumping you. Like, it might not have been something like that, but the conversation was like, I'm putting my health before this. I need to put my physical health before this connection or something. You're still in a recovery period from something. You didn't know if you were ready for the relationship. You said something that triggered the Leo's pride and ego. And you're just like, I didn't realize, Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, immature. Yeah. I didn't realize that you were going to take it the way you did. It's you talking to this Leo. Wow, I didn't realize me saying that I needed to take care of something first was going to trigger you the way that it did. And I'm getting like a stunned Aries. It's like, is it Janet Jackson song? That's the end? Like, wait. Yeah, something. Maybe you needed to like go to New York for a week for work. And then the Leo was like, what? I don't know, something. I don't know why I'm pulling this card first, but I am. I'm being told to let go of the fear of failure. New timeline. I don't think this is over. I feel like whatever you said or whatever gesture you made towards your Leo was supposed to teach them something about themselves. What's the biggest block? Denial. Your biggest block right now is not within your control. Sorry. Your biggest block right now is the Leo. The Leo is learning something about themselves. And it could be how to handle rejection as an adult. And not every time somebody tells you, hey, I need to handle this thing for myself in a very innocent and very mature kind of way is rejection, Leo. So let me get you some advice. What advice? August 5, 6, 7. That's 8. I think that the Leo is going to be slowly opening their eyes to what this really was that you were trying to do for yourself, Aries. It wasn't meant to hurt. Wasn't meant to hurt them. It wasn't meant to hurt them. It really is like it's not you, it's me sort of situation. Throughout the month of August, that's what they're supposed to be figuring out. What advice do you have for the Aries, please? Rest. You said that you needed to take care of something. Take care of that. Whatever it is. You get basically the 4 of Swords twice. Whatever it is that you told this Leo that you needed to go off and do, go off and do that. Now is your time. All right, guys. I hope that helped. Moving on to Virgo. Hold on. All right, guys. Virgo. Let's see. Those Aries that are connected to a Virgo. Did I just want to cleanse the energy? Clear the energy, guys. Okay. For those Aries connected to a Virgo, what is going on, please? Ace of Wands in the reverse. The 4 of Cups in the upright. The 2 of Pentacles in the reverse. There's a lot of overwhelming energy, and it just feels like it's like, is this ever... I feel like you're like, am I ever going to be able to get it over the disappointment of the past with this Virgo? I feel like there's a haunting here with this Virgo. Like, they haunt you in your dreams throughout your day, meaning that like, it's like you just cannot release their energy. How does a Virgo feel about the Aries, please? Spying. Obscurity. I think that the reason why you can't shake this Virgo off is because they can't shake you off. If you're just like randomly thinking about the Virgo, you're picking up on their energy. Because they're randomly thinking about you. How does the Aries feel about this Virgo, please? Silence. Resistance. This could be like whenever you're watching like tarot readings and they're like, your ex is blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, I'm tired of hearing about my ex. And I'm picking up on Tori Amos, silent all these years. Silent all these years. Silent all these. Silent all these years. That's all I'm picking up. I know that there's more words to that song, but Tori Amos, Silent All These Years. Might be a song to check out. I don't know if it's your genre or not. What's the biggest blockage between Aries and this Virgo, please? Denial. This is the one that just you can't shake. And I really feel like it's because the Virgo has like this unbalanced, focus on you. For the Aries and Virgo, please. You are ready to heal from this. Watch your back. Okay, so go into all of your social media right now and block this person. Like, there's no reason to keep a door open, okay? If you have already done that, if you've got Instagram, here's a little tip. You can go onto Instagram and then go to blocked and then scroll down and it'll give you suggested pages to block. Like, people that don't follow you, that are constantly pinging your page, your IP address or whatever. This is just for Instagram. I don't know if Facebook has it or whatever, but you can continue to block like pages or just completely delete your social media accounts altogether, unless like you're a personality like me where you can't really block all your stuff. Just be really cognizant and aware, and then definitely do some energy cleansing every single day. Every single day, wake up with gratitude and talk to your angels and those your spirit team around you that is meant to be there to protect you, and ask for their protection every single night before you go to bed. Thank them for the protection that they've been protecting you, and ask them to protect you at night. Tell this person's spirits, the spirit team that's around them, like, listen, you're not allowed to come and talk to me when I go to sleep. Like, I don't want to visit with this person in the astrals. Or you can go visit somebody who is actually trained in the art of like Reiki healing or whatever to help cleanse your stuff. If you've got stuff in your house that reminds you of the person, get rid of it, delete it, throw it away, donate it. As much as you possibly can, you are ready to heal from this. You can't do anything about this person being in denial, but you can do something about how you handle it. You've got silence on here, so continue to be silent. If this person is like has narcissistic behaviors or borderlines on some sort of personality behavior, the last thing that you need to do when you're dealing with a person like this is continue to engage, because that engagement gives them hope. And they believe, even if you're fighting back, if they're like, you're this, you're a bad person, you're this, let them think that. You know who you are. Or at least you will know who you are the longer that you stay attached from their energy. But every time you respond to this person, it gives them fuel to continue to go after you, because they think that they still have some sort of energetic hold over you. I have been in this situation before, guys, and there is a way out. It's just to continue going forward, continue moving forward. Yeah, if you need to book a personal with me, I can help you out, because I've literally been in this situation before. So you just let me know. My information is in the description box below. I don't allow any bullshit like that in my life anymore. You see me cleansing right now? Hell no. And I will immediately return this energy back to sender as soon as I'm done with this video. I promise you. I play no games. Neither should you. Hold on, guys. Okay, I'm back. Listen, I just got a download. I just went to go do something. I came back. So if you're a Aries connected to a Virgo, I hope you're still here. I don't think that person means you any harm. They just got some stuff that they need to work through. But again, it's not your problem. You need to work on getting over that person. Yeah. Okay. All right. Moving on. So let's cleanse that. Let's move to the Libra. All right. Libra. The Aries connected to a Libra. What's going on, Spirit? What's going on between the Aries connected to Libra? Page of Wands in the reverse. The Emperor in the reverse. And the Hierophant in the upright. Well, dang. Page of Wands in the reverse, the Emperor in the reverse, and the Hierophant in the upright. Holding on by the skin of your teeth. Even though that there's somebody connected in this relationship that has been moody, has been unjust, inflexible, holding on by the skin of your teeth. Could be both people that have been moody. That's interesting, though, that a Libra wouldn't be doing the best that they could possibly do to fix things. Now, Aries, this is your energy. You could be triggered by this Libra. Trying to always... How does the Libra... that's what I'm getting. Triggered by the Libra that's trying to always... I feel like you might be thinking that they're trying to one-up you, but they're really trying to fix things, and you don't want somebody to mansplain something for you. Hold on. I feel like the way that you're getting this person's energy is like presumptuous. How does this Libra feel about the Aries, please? Chasing, chemistry. How does the Aries feel? How does the Aries feel about this Libra? Divine feminine perspective. Oh, possibility. Are they wearing you down? Meaning, like, is this somebody who you didn't like at first, and you're starting to kind of like understand them? Or maybe this is somebody that you wouldn't normally date, and they're kind of growing on you. That's what I'm getting off of this. What's the biggest block? You know, maybe you were like trying to, maybe this Emperor in the reverse was you like trying to be like, yeah, I am getting presumptuous. Like, ew, like Cher from Clueless, like, ugh, as if. But then you're like, but you know what, Libra, maybe Libra's got more going for them. But they still kind of trigger you in a way. What's the biggest block between... Because I feel like there's a Libra that's chasing an Aries because they got serious. They feel like there's serious chemistry with you. Look at this. I got celebration. I don't know if you like work with this person, know this person from church. What else? Work with them, know this person from church. Or know this person from like a friend group. Or it was a friend that you were trying to keep as a friend, and they kept trying to overstep that friend zone. Let's see what's going on. The biggest challenge, though, is the celebration card. Band-Aid. Angelic realm. Wow, that's so crazy that this came out with this. Pets. Pop it, pop it, pop it. Pets. It's crazy that angelic, you can't see the angelic realm because I did it with highlighter on purpose. But I was saying to somebody in a previous reading, in this previous reading, I was saying that this looked like a spirit was in the middle of you two. Band-Aid. What is going on? And then it says pets. Pets. Tell me about this pets, please, as an obstacle. 5 of Cups. Wow, that's very specific. I'm going to just say it because it's very specific. But do some of you guys have like something happen to where you lost a pet, or you lost somebody, or you lost something, and this Libra friend of yours was coming over to console you, and then they thought that it was going to be a little bit too more than that. They thought that y'all were having a moment, and you were like, oh my God, no, like I just needed help with this thing. And now they regret how they came at you, or they probably already apologized for it. Band-Aid. 5 of Cups, or 8 of Cups in the upright. Angelic realm. King of Pentacles. What is this celebration? As the biggest block. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. The biggest block is that you're already looking at this connection as if it's not going to work. Like, I feel an Aries who almost feels like you would have to compromise too much in order to, you see me pointing down? In order to be with this person long term. There even could have been the Libra came over to help you in a situation where maybe you lost something or you lost somebody, and y'all connected, y'all hooked up, and you're like, whoa, I don't need a rebound, I don't need none of that. Okay, that is what it was. That was what it was. It's like waking up in a stranger's bed in the morning, and it's like, whoa. It's yeah, that's what I'm getting. So I feel like that's what I'm getting. And then now you're just like trying to figure out, like, is this Libra safe? Do I want to be around this Libra more? I think it's more in your head. Do you want to be around this Libra more? That was very specific, guys. Let me know if that resonated. I do feel like that's somebody's story for sure. But y'all got to let me know how that resonated, because it felt like a personal reading. All right, cleansing that. Let's move on to Scorpio. Aries connected to a Scorpio. Spirit, thank you for your presence and your time. Clear and concise messages for me, please. Anything negative, immediately return it to sender. All right, thank you, guys. Aries connected to a Scorpio. What's going on with that? Some of y'all, this isn't going to be like a very much your reading. Some of y'all blocked a Scorpio from your life a long time ago, and you haven't been able to figure out where else you're going to go. So I feel like you're accidentally listening to the Scorpio reading. Moving on. For those who want it to be here in the Scorpio reading, I got the Knight of Cups in the reverse, the Queen of Wands in the upright, and the Queen of Cups in the upright. Okay, state the obvious. Could be a same-sex connection here. But somebody's not reliable. Aries, you're here with the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. I mean, water sign. So y'all both could be here, but somebody is not reliable. Somebody is not reliable. How does a Scorpio feel about the Aries, please, Spirit? Beginnings. Try again. Stressed out. There's arguments. Okay. How does the Aries feel? This is there. How does the Aries feel about the discouraged? Okay. How does the Aries feel about their Scorpio, please? Thank you. Resistant and distracted. You're trying to distract. Okay, maybe this whole read was about you. You had blocked this Scorpio a long time ago, and a long time ago, time is relative, right? You just don't see this Scorpio as somebody trustworthy. It doesn't have to be a same-sex relationship. I was just stating the obvious. Both of y'all could just have been in your feminine when y'all were feminine energy, when y'all were dealing with each other. But it stresses them out, and they'd love to be able to start over and try again, while you're over here in your Queen of Wands, like, I'm doing me. I'm changing myself. I'm cleansing myself. I'm not allowing anything into my life that's not feeding my soul right now. That's what I'm getting. What's the biggest blockage between... But this person is over here stressed. Ugh, rescue wanted to pop out. I'm going to get clarification on that. I don't believe that that's the biggest blockage. What's the biggest... Endings. Okay, yeah. Yep, it was part of it. I'm getting Willy Wonka, the news reporter that reports the last golden ticket that was found I'm hearing his voice, but I can't hear what he's saying. He's like, ladies and gentlemen, the end has come. The end has come. I think is what he says. You're being protected from this person. You can't. Listen, you are being protected from this person. It says rescued here. You made a good call. Good. I'm not even going to go into why. I'm not going to pull any more cards as to why this person is stressed and they would love to have a new beginning with you. And they feel discouraged. I'm not even going to go into that. Demand respect. Anything less is betrayal. Baby! Demand respect. Anything less is betrayal. Baby, you are being protected by the divine. Stay away from the Scorpio. They've got some shit in the closet. Another reference to potentially same sex, but I'm being honest with you. They've got skeletons in the closet. You were protected. Whatever it is that you saw, whatever it is that you felt, if you felt the heebie-jeebies, lean into the heebie-jeebies. If this isn't your specific reading, like as far as when I was getting into like the details, that's cool. There is a Scorpio ex of yours that you were meant to have an ending with, and that's it. No more returns. So just know that, boom, you did what you were supposed to do. All right. That's the Scorpio. Moving on to the Sagittarius. Aries connected to Sagittarius. Let's see what's going on between the Aries and the Sagittarius, please. Seven of Cups in the upright. Temperance in the reverse. That's the Sagittarius card. And the seven. Seven. Seven of Swords in the reverse. What is it that they need to be alert about? Hold on. Alert about what? The Three of Wands. The Judgment. Ooh. Hey, Aries, you're Sagittarius. If I got a cross watcher, they're not going to like it. I'm about to call you out. Your Sagittarius has an addiction towards you. And it's filled in the fantasy realm. It could be a lot of bedroom kind of stuff, but it's like all of the different kind of fantasies. Like what they could do with you, where they could take you, where their imagination has run wild. The Temperance card is in the reverse because it's a vice. Okay, I'm not going to call your Sagittarius out. I won't call your Sagittarius out. Somebody in this connection feels mildly addicted to the other person. They have had fantasies about this person and in all kind of compromising and uncompromising positions. Somebody might be wanting to explore an idea of a rebirth of this. Hold on. Okay, guys, so the Three of Wands in the upright with the Judgment card in the upright that's landing on the Seven of Swords in the reverse is telling me that somebody isn't lying to themselves anymore. Revelations, epiphanies. How does the Sagittarius feel about their Aries, please? Hoping, silent. They're not telling you about any of this. Hoping and silent. But they are manifesting you every single day, throughout the day. I'm not just saying this, guys. Manifesting at the bottom here. They are manifesting you every single day, throughout the day. Sevens are significant here. How does the Aries feel about... This person is frozen, though. How does the Aries, well, hold on. How does the Aries feel about exhaustion, thinking? Okay, so twice I'm getting that you guys are potentially at a physical, highly probable that y'all are at a physical distance from each other. Okay, I'm not even going to sugarcoat this anymore. Spirits told me in August I sugarcoat nothing anymore, okay? So I'm standing in my Sagittarius energy. This person wants you. They're not telling you that, but this person wants you. And you think about this person too. It's very sacral. It's in your loins, and it's in your it's in your reproductive parts. Like, even I think there's like a quivering quivering, remember what movie is that from? A quivering. There's like a quivering for this person. Even for their seed, if you will. I'm going to get clarification on this Three of Wands and this Judgment. But first I'm going to see what's the biggest block. Silence is probably the biggest block. The thinking, the exhaustion, the long journey. This has probably been a long connection. There we go. Thank you. Invention. 17. I told you 7. Helper. The biggest block is that there's no alignment. It's like always like right person, wrong time, wrong place, wrong time. There's like always been I'm getting this idea of like two ships passing in the night. Like there's always something that's keeping y'all away from being here. There's always something, an internal influence and an external influence. There's always something energetically going around you guys. You are ready to heal from this. Watch your back. Wow. The same thing came out in the Virgo read. So your Sagittarius could have heavy Virgo in their chart. I mean, I guess it would make sense. You are ready to heal from this. Watch your back. Think about it, like, if it's so hard for y'all to connect, is there a reason for that? Like, the divine is so unbelievably knowledgeable. And the divine has their hands in everything. They can see literally everything. Maybe there's a reason why you guys are constantly not on the same page, in the same place, single at the same time, happy at the same time, open at the same time, aligned at this, healthy at the same time. 3 of Wands, please. The Knight of Wands in the reverse, Judgment, please. The Sun in the reverse. It's going to be okay. I'm not saying this connection is going to be okay. I'm saying you are going to be okay without this connection. There's too much hesitation here. If this Sagittarius really wanted to buckle down, Aries, and come and be around you and wanted to be on the same page with you, be in the same place with you, they would have done it by now. The Knight of Wands in the reverse and the 3 of Wands in the upright. They would have done it by now. Come on, you guys know that if y'all really are at a distance from each other, if you really are like at a physical distance from this, as much frequent flyer miles as this Sagittarius probably has, it wouldn't have costed them but the time it took to go to the airport and get on the plane to come and see you. If they wanted to, they would have. The Judgment in the upright and the Sun in the reverse, combined with the you are ready to heal from this, is telling me like you're gonna be okay. One more card on this invention, please. The Knight of Swords in the upright. You're gonna have to look at this differently. Here's something that I'm gonna say to you when it comes to this energy, and you're not gonna like it, okay? It is what it is, and it was what it was. It's gonna have to be a head over heart decision to heal and move on from this. It's already exhausted you thus far. You're gonna have to make peace with the idea. If this Sagittarius wanted to be around me, they would be, but they're not. There's hope but they're silent. They're frozen. Sorry guys, I know that was heavy. I've been in your shoes, so I know that was heavy. That doesn't make it any easier, but moving on. Let's go to Capricorn. Those Aries connected to Capricorn, what's going on? The Aries connected to a Capricorn. Temperance in the reverse. The Seven of Swords in the reverse. The Empress in the upright. Three of Pentacles in the reverse as I split the deck. Some disharmony though. There's been some betrayal or an idea of betrayal in the past. Where's this headed? The Queen of Cups in the reverse. I wonder if you have kids with this person. That's just what I'm getting. It does look unbalanced. This connection does look unbalanced. The only thing that's in the upright energy is the Empress, but then it's clarified by the Queen of Cups in the reverse. This person makes you very emotional. Again, I get this. I get this idea of like you might have kids with this person, with this Empress here, and so that's why y'all are still connected. It doesn't have to be everybody's truth. Maybe you tried to have kids with this person, whether they knew it or not. Capricorn. They do still feel like you are absolutely gorgeous, beautiful. They remember the days. You got Divine Feminine as their feelings for you, and then Confession as their feelings for you. Give me one more on the Confession, please. Obsession. And then I got that with the Temperance card in the reverse. They do still think about you. They think you are absolutely gorgeous. Beginnings wanted to pop out. There's this voluptuousness. Greek goddess is what I'm getting. Like the way, if I'm talking to like a woman or a feminine, they like the way that your curves, they like your curves. How does the Aries feel about this Capricorn, please? One day, possibilities. What is the biggest thing that's blocking this connection? Prayer. Ask and ye shall receive. Ask. That's also the one card. The Magician. There's a lot of magic going around here. You are ready to heal from this. I think it's the past. Let your light shine. What advice do you have for the Aries in this? Because you got one day in possibilities. The Four of Swords in the reverse. spiritual energy healing, the Tower. You guys might be able to have an adult conversation at this point in your lives and talk it out, share, allow some vulnerability to happen. I wish I could mediate this for you so I could let the Capricorn know that now is a time to be in a safe space. You can share, so the Capricorn could share with you, because I feel like that could have been a blockage in the past of them being like completely open and honest and not trying to control the conversation. But there's an idea of maturity that's happened here. Like, the past can be not like water under a bridge. The biggest blockage here is that neither of you truly believe that this could happen, but you could very well recover this. Neither of y'all are ready yet to recover from the past, but y'all could come together as a team and, like I said, like counseling or something, mediation or something, and rebuild the foundation. This is recoverable. Ask and ye shall receive. Don't stop thinking this could never happen, because it definitely could. But you need to have a conversation with this person. Maybe in a public space. Maybe not so public, like maybe at a park or something like that. You know, where there's other people there, but not so close to where people can hear the conversation, because I feel like this Capricorn has some stuff that they need to say, but they've already been afraid thus far. But yeah, ask and ye shall receive. Sit in prayer. I know you already have, but do it again. Prayer changes things. But that situation looks recoverable. It's just that I think both of y'all have been kind of negative about it. This will never happen. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Okay. Aquarius, and then we're moving on to Pisces, and then we are done. All right. What is going on with the Aries connected to the Aquarius, please? Aries connected to the Aquarius. The Tower in the reverse, the Two of Pentacles in the upright. A lot of 17s on the timestamp, and then I look down, we got the Seven of Cups. The Tower in the reverse, the Two of Pentacles, and then the Seven of Cups. Unsure which way to go on all of these cards, and feeling stuck. Unsure of which way to go, and then feeling stuck, energetically stuck. This could be a past person, and you're just like, will you leave my energy? I need you to leave my energy. Trying to do some cord cutting. But this could be somebody that you're actually involved in, and you're trying to figure out, can we still build, or what is the question? How does Aquarius feel about the Aries, please? Twin flames. Apology. I don't think you're going to get that apology from the Aquarius. Just so that you know, I think what's coming off of this is that a runner chaser thing, and then they might be ready to be back in your energy again. How does the Aries feel about this Aquarius, please? Trapped. I said that. Finality. You just want it to be over and done with. This could resonate as a family member, a friend, a coworker, a boss, a neighbor, or a lover. Leap of faith. Strong foundation. Demand respect. Anything less is betrayal. You need to take a leap of faith on your own. This connection that you have with this Aquarius is toxic, and there's cycles and there's cycles and there's cycles and there's cycles of it. It's been happening for so long. no, you're not going to be the one that saves this Aquarius. You're not. But you need to take a leap of faith that there's better out there for you, including even with you energetic wise, when you're able to release yourself of this person. Captive is on here twice, by the way. Release this person, ask for help, even releasing this person. Ask for help. Take a leap of faith that asking for help can help you release this person. Demand respect. Anything less is betrayal. There's a reason why you've been having this tug of war with your mind. Should I leave? I don't know. No, you shouldn't have been this long in the question of should you leave. That's called a trauma bond. And guys, I've been here before. I've been here before with parental figures. I've been here before with an Aquarius lover. So I know how it feels. But you need to take a leap of faith for yourself and your healing and your health. Put your trust in God, in the universe, in your higher self, in your ancestors. That separation from the cycles is the way to go. All right, last one. Let's cleanse that. Pisces. Aries connected to a Pisces. What's going on with this Aries connection to a Pisces, please, Spirit? The Four of Pentacles in the reverse. The King of Swords in the reverse. The Ace of Cups in the reverse. Damn. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. I was just picking up on a song. Damn, 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 dang, 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 dang. What am I saying? It don't look good. It doesn't. The Four of Pentacles in the reverse. The King of Swords in the reverse. The Ace of Cups in the reverse. Misery loves company. I'm not saying you're miserable. Somebody is. And they want the people around them to be as miserable as they are. How does this Pisces feel about the Aries, please? Fantasy. Twin flames. Twin flames keeps coming out a lot. How true it is, I don't know. Family. You could have a family with this person. Wanted to pop out. How does the Aries feel about this Pisces, please? Intimacy. Conflicted. It's very imbalanced. This is like conflicted, hot and cold. And that's how it is. Up and down, hot and cold, a roller coaster. Very sensual, but it's a roller coaster. It's just not emotionally mature. But it's worked for you guys thus far, right? I don't like this Queen of Swords in the reverse. That means there's manipulation there. And it could be like money. It could be contractual. It could be, I'll tell if you leave me. Like, I don't know. It could be cultural. Leap of faith pops out. And the leap of faith keeps popping out for the readings that I've been telling people, like, listen, you got to take a leap of faith to just pull yourself away enough to where you can see this for what this really is. Conflicted intimacy. It feels like a fantasy. And there's manipulation here with this King of Swords in the reverse. What you're feeling is not love, it's heartbreak. Chill out. Second time I got that out of all these cards. Hero. Watch your back. Fire, passion. This is a lesson you must be ready to learn. Yeah, I'm nothing. This is a lesson you must be ready to learn. Hot and cold. This person could have saved you from something, and then they bring it up Like maybe they bought you out of a contract of something of some sort. They paid your bills that one time. They gave you a couch to sleep on and then their bed to sleep on. They helped you get a car. They helped you find a job or something. And then it's because they helped you that one time, they keep coming back. Or it's like an idea of somebody who's got some issues with like a father figure, and this is a male, a strong male, that reminds you of something never had or fills a void. And that's how they get their way back in, their claws back into you. There's a lot of passion here, but it's not healed. It doesn't come from a healed space. And then it says, this is a lesson you must learn when you're ready to learn. You've got to take a leap of faith. One day you'll do it, just so that you know. One day you'll take a leap of faith enough to just separate yourself energetically enough to not stand so close to it, so where you can look at this and say, oh shit, I didn't realize blah was this possessive or manipulative. I didn't realize that's what that was. Then once you start noticing that, then you start questioning things, and then you start making moves to heal or to move on. But you're not going to do it until you're ready. You're not ready right now. I'm going to be honest. What advice? I feel like I should give you some advice and we'll close it out. What advice for the Aries connected to the Pisces, please? 5 of Cups. There's a grieving period that's going to come with this. And just so that you know, it's not going to be easy. It's almost akin to any other addiction. Like when you like have to like get, like, if an alcoholic has to go through like a cleansing period and they get like the shakes and they have nightmares and they can't sleep and they get sick, all of that. I just so that you know, once you take this leap of faith, I'm just being dead ass honest with you because I've been here before. You just, the advice is be prepared to have courage. Courage means to do something even when you're scared. All right, guys, I hope this helped. I love you. I'll see you soon. Bye.